सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या योगविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ॐ यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं वदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्मविद्या योगविद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। तेषां सर्वेषां कृपा अनुग्रहेण उपनिषत् योगदर्शनशास्त्र अध्ययन साधन द्वारा अस्मिन् क्षणे एव आत्मानुभूतिद्वारा कैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिक हैन्दव संस्कृतेः पुनरुत्थान जागरण विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थम् अस्मिन् कर्मणि निष्ठितानां दिग्विजयार्थं श्री पतंजलि महर्षि प्रणीत योगदर्शनशास्त्रस्य व्यासभाष्य समेत अध्ययनस्य प्रयत्नं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आदौ योगदर्शनाचार्याणां स्मरणम्। ओम हिरण्यगर्भाय कपिलमहर्षये नमः। 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 ओम पतंजलि महर्षये 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 नमः। ओम व्यास महर्षये नमः। 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 व्यास महर्षये नमो नमः। ओम अथ श्री महर्षि पतंजलि प्रणीत योगदर्शन शास्त्रं द्वितीयः साधना पादः सूत्राणि। ओम तपस्वाध्यायेश्वर प्रणिधानानि क्रियायोगः समाधिभावनार्थः क्लेशतनूकरणार्थश्च अविद्या अस्मिता रागद्वेष अभिनिवेशाः पंचक्लेशाः अविद्या क्षेत्रम् उत्तरेषां प्रसुप्ततनुविच्छिन्न उदाहरणाम् अनित्याशुचि दुःखानात्मसौ नित्याशुचि सुख आत्मख्यातिरविद्या दृग्दर्शनशक्त्योः एकात्मता इव अस्मिता सुखानुशयी रागः दुःखानुशयी द्वेषः स्वरसवाही विदिशोऽपि तथा रूढो विनिवेशः ते प्रतिप्रसवहेयाः सूक्ष्माः ध्यानहेयाः तद्वृत्तयः क्लेशमूलः तद्विपाको कर्माशयो दृष्टादृष्ट जन्मवेदनीयः सति मूले तद्विपाको जात्यायुर्भोगाः ते ह्लाद परितापफलाः पुण्यापुण्यहेतुत्वात् परिणाम ताप संस्कार दुःखैः गुणवृत्ति अविरोधाच्च दुःखमेव सर्वं विवेकिनः ध्येयं दुःखम् अनागतम्. See, all up to this visa. Straight away we enter into the 17th. So the summary of that is what? Rogaha rogahetuhu arogyam bheshajam. Samsaraha samsarahetuhu moksha mokshaha mokshasya upayaha. So samsara is dukkha bahulam. Samsara hetu is pradhana purusha samyogaha. Moksha is pradhana purusha viyogaha completely. And the hetu or upaya for it is samyak darshanam. Samyak darshanam is clear understanding and abiding in that understanding. Okay. Now, yesterday we saw this heyam dukkham anagatam. Means what? Past dukkha, present dukkha doesn't fall under the category of the dukkha or samsara to be removed. Only anagatam alone is the one dukkha which is heyam. So that's what a vivek is, intelligence, that future dukkha he will avoid by behaving properly in the present. Not knowing that the person does such funny things in the present, which definitely leads him to the future dukkha. In these there are two versions. One version is what? In the present doing papadi, durmarga, which definitely give the dukkha in the future. This everybody knows this type of discussion. But here is something different talked in yoga. What it is ki in the present, inadvertently, when we are doing the allowing the happening of samyoga between Pradhana Purusha, we are going to allow the future dukkha to come. Here the language talked is different. Is a uprooting of the dukkha here happens in this process. Very sublime thought it is. In the beginning only we are conveying before we enter into the study of the Bhashya. That Prakriti Purusha Samyoga continuously is happening because of the past habits. Okay? And that Samyoga is the Karana for the Dukkha in the future. In this Prakriti Purusha Samyoga, whether you call it Sukha or Dukkha, both. Because for the Viveki, Sukha bhi Dukhi hai na. Therefore, the Prakriti is good with that the Purusha Samyoga. Prakriti is bad with that Purusha Sanyoga. Doesn't make any difference in the Prakriti Purusha Samyoga leading to Bandhana called as Dukkha, future. Therefore, it's not the question of this Purusha identifying with good Prakriti or identifying the bad Prakriti. The question is the Purusha getting into the Samyoga with Prakriti or Pradhana itself is the Dukkha Hetu. The only way is he should be withdrawing from both. Understood? Then only there will be no hetu for the dukkha for the future. In the future, because the hetu is not there, dukkha will not come. This is called as uh, सम्यक प्रज्ञा और ज्ञानम, सम्यक दर्शनम. इसको हमें प्रैक्टिस करना है, उसमें एस्टैब्लिश होना है हमको. Okay, these things will be intricately, detailedly explained to us in this next 3 or 4 sutras. First of this is 17th one. 17th sutra hai. Let us chant it 3 times. Drashtru drushayoho samyogaha heya hetuhu. Drashtru drushayoho samyogaha heya hetuhu. Drashtru drushayoho samyogaha heya hetuhu. Very interesting. In these sutras, when you try to analyze, understand, intellect becomes sharper, subtler. So, what is to be given up? Samsara. What is samsara? Dukkha. Therefore, what is to be given up is dukkha. Therefore, dukkha and samsara has become what? Heya. Okay. Then, how the hetu for the heya? How do you give up that dukkha and samsara? For that, you have to know what is causing the samsara. The samsara is caused by drashtu drushtayoho samyoga. Okay, if the drashtu drushta samyoga is not allowed to happen, then we have not allowed the hetu for the heya called as dukkha or samsara to come. संसार या दुख को आने का कारण रूपी दृष्ट दुष्ट संयोग को हमने अवॉइड किया. सो द संसार या दुख आने का कारण जो है हेतु, हमने उसको हटा दी. हेतु निकाल दिया, कारण निकाल दी, then the karya, the effect will not be there. If the cause is removed, effect will not be there. So therefore drashtu drushta samyoga is a hetu for the dukkha. That is very clearly put. Then obviously the sadhana is what? Drashtu drushta samyoga hone mat dena. How? By remaining sakshi. These are all very important understandings, please. We have to know actually what the meaning of realization or liberation or moksha. We also should have the clarity of what is bandhanam. Then we should know how from the bandhanam we have to come into moksha. This is what the entire Shastra speak about. From the Vrutthis standpoint, it is spoken in the Veda, in the Yoga Darshanam. In the Vedanta, the Tadatma standpoint. यहाँ भी वही है, वृत्तियों से तादात्म्य. So there the same 7 questions asked by our Shishya to Guru in Viveka Chudamani. 7 questions are these only. Exactly. Ko nama bandhaha. What is the meaning of bondage? Katham esha agataha. From where it has come. Katham pratishta asya. Where is it established in and continuing? Katham vimokshaha. How from that bandhana we get the moksha? Kaha asau anatma? Who is that anatma? What is anatma? Paramahaka atma? Who is the parama atma? Tayor vivekaha katham? How to differentiate between them? Etaduchatam. Hey Guru, please tell me these things. See that beautiful thing? The seven answer to these seven questions is entire that 580 sloka Vivek Chudamani, 83, 84. So too, the entire Bhagavatam 18,000 slokas is only to the questions of Parikshit. What is to be done for everybody in general and particularly the ones who are going to die? And Purushasya Mriyamanasya Kim Karyam. Then the whole Bhagavata is telling that. Here also, samsara hetu ko nikal do, to samsara will not be there. So the meaning of this sutra is drashtu drushayoho samyogaha is a hetu. Hetu for what? The thing which has to be given up. What is to be given up? The dukkha and samsara. So दुख और संसार रूपी चीज जो हेय है छोड़ने लायक उसका हेतु है संयोग बिटवीन दृष्टा एंड दृश्य. And it is choice. If you continue the samyoga between them, eternally we will be having that heya thing called as dukkha or samsara in our life. If you choose right now and don't allow the samyoga to precipitate, you are liberated at this very moment. Is it not? Like a child has fallen from the table. You don't even look at him and suffer even though the child is crying a lot. Because there is no sanyoga between that child and you with any relation. Because किसी का बेटा है मैं क्यों रोलूं? But another child fell, even little, and you become miserable. Why? Because my child. So there, seeing is common, child falling is common. One has become dukkha hetu, another has not become dukkha hetu. If we can understand these phenomena, then we have understood the entire karana of the dukkha rupi samsara. Very important. And whoever has failed the child, you go and save. That opportunity also there possibility. Your own son fell, yet you need not be miserable. That also there is a chance. But we choose the other two. My child falls, then I will become miserable. Other fellow falls, I am not interested. That is called as samsara. दोनों को उठाना है तो नहीं तो दोनों को छोड़ो. एक को उठा एक को नहीं छोड़ा. When the phenomena is same, that creates samsara. Phenomena of seeing, phenomena of the child falling. Drashta, drishya. Okay. Now wonderful discussion we are seeing here. 2 दिन लगेंगे. आज आधा बोलेंगे, कल आधा करके पूरा ये thought हो जाएगा. Of this sutra number 17. Okay. First, drashta. Who is drashta? Let us define drashta. Buddhe pratisamvedi purushaha. Drashta is a purusha who is a pratisamvedi, means just he stands opposite to it and just comes to know it. What he comes to know? That buddhe. बुद्धे प्रतिसंवेदी मीन्स वहां आगे रहकर देखने वाला, सीयर देखने वाला, विटनेस. सो बुद्धे है, बुद्धि का प्रतिसंवेदी जो पुरुष है अंदर, ही इज दृष्टा. वी आर एक्सप्लेनिंग द सूत्र प्लीज. द्रष्टु संयोग, दृष्टा दृश्य, द्रष्टु दृश्यो संयोग है हे हेतु ना. तो फिर आपको दृष्टा क्या है, दृश्य क्या है, डिफाइन करना है. इन दिस सूत्र दृष्टा विल बी एक्सप्लेन्ड. नेक्स्ट वन दृश्य. Who is a drashta? Purushaha. Which Purushaha? Buddhi samvedi. He just knows. Samvedi means samyak vedayate. Means very crystal clearly he knows, means he is only a knower crystal clearly. Other than that he has nothing to do. So buddhi samvedi purushaha drashta. Buddhi का सम्यक वेदना. वेदना means knowing here. जानने वाले. पुरुष को वो दृष्टा कहते हैं. He just knows. He is aware of it. What is happening in the buddhi? Drashta buddhehe pratisamvedi purusha. Okay, what is buddhi? Or what is Drishya? द्रष्टृ दर्शन योहो संयोग. सो दृष्टा कौन हो गया? बुद्धि संवेदी पुरुष. एंड व्हाट इज दृश्य? दैट आल्सो बी एक्सप्लेन ना. दृश्याः तो क्या है कि बुद्धि सत्व उपारूढ़ाः सर्वे धर्माः. इन दैट बुद्धि अंतःकरण mounted entered सर्वे धर्माः means all the panchavruttis. Pramana, Viparya, Vikalpa, Nidra, Smriti. All these are happening vrittis, no? In what they are happening vritti? In the buddhi only. So those vrittis in the buddhi, all dharma means vrittis here. They are all called as the drishyaha. So the buddhi along with its vrittis are drishyaha, and the one who is pratisamvedi purusha hai, वो है दृष्टा, दृष्टा. So drashtru drushya samyoga is the hetu for samsara, dukkha. So two things are understood. Drashta कौन है? बुद्धेः प्रतिसंवेदी पुरुषः. दृष्टा बुद्धेः प्रतिसंवेदी पुरुषः means बुद्धि में जो कुछ हो रहा है उसको देखने वाला दृष्टा है. Obviously, what is drishya? What this drashta is seeing? What is drashta seeing? Not the buddhis, but the buddhi vruttis is seeing. That is called as sarve dharma. They can be intellects, understanding, they can be the emotions of the mind, they can be the perceptions brought of rupa ityadi. Is it not? To the mind by the senses, there may be sounds. कोई भी हमारे चित्त में वृत्तियां बनते हैं, सारे वृत्तियां कंटेंट कुछ भी हो, all of them are the दृश्याः. सीन, उसको देखने वाला सियर. सो बुद्धि है प्रतिसंवेदी पुरुष दृष्टा बन गया, और बुद्धि के ऊपर जो धर्म निरंतर आते जाते हैं, देर ऑल कॉल्ड दृश्याः. बुद्धि सत्व उपारूढ़ाः सर्वे धर्माः दृश्याः. हो गए दोनों. नाउ हाउ द संयोग हैपेंस, which is the cause of dukkha, analysis is given. Little deeper important thought. Just 2-3 minutes only we'll discuss our Yoga Darshana class. Is very small, simple, but very important. I am thinking about doing all our other classes also like this. बस half an hour, 40 minute, important चीजें बढ़ाए. Then you being Brahmagnani, anything you'll understand. My energy time is saved. I can conduct 2 more classes. I was thinking like that. See, tat etat. Now you listen this. This is what is happening. What is happening? कि दृश्यम अयस्कांत मणिकल्पम सन्निधि मात्र उपकारी दृश्यत्वेन स्वं भवति पुरुषस्य दृशिरूपस्य स्वामिनः. Here the example given is common, which is given many times earlier. But through the example, the point conveyed is absolutely ulta than what we have studied so far. The example is given is of ayaskantam, the magnet, and whatever it attracts called as the magnetic filings. Generally, when this example is given, immediately we come to conclusion that the magnet is the Atma, and all the iron filings that the Atma attracts is the Drishya Vastus. Okay, that example is correct. But when the thought is what? Thought is that in the presence of Paramatma, the upadhis work. In the mere presence of Paramatma, the upadhis will work. To give an example for this thought, that way of example is given. Okay. Thing phenomena remains same. The magnet and the iron filings. Whenever the example is given, we say the magnet is the Atma, the iron filings are Anatma. This way of saying is because at that time the thought wanted to be conveyed is in the presence of Atma, the magnet, the Anatma, the iron filings start active and they come near the Atma or the magnet. They don't have their own satta of movement. So That is how in that thought explanation is in explaining that thought, this example is given that way. Here the example remains same, that the magnet is attracted to iron filings, but the thought is different conveyed. What is the thought different? Here the magnet is compared with the drishyas of the chitta. Then the atma vastu is compared with the iron filings. Naturally, because of its innate tendency, just like the magnet is iron, attracting the filings, iron, so too the buddhi, its vrutthis, be attentive. Unless we have the strong opposition, if that force is not applied through sakshi bhava ityadi, this iron, the magnet placed chitta vritti with its vrittis, chitta with its vrittis, like a magnet, it attracts the iron filing called as atma. It's the other example is same, point convert is different. स्वाभाविक रूप से ये चित्त के वृत्तियां आत्मा को अपने तरफ खींचकर उस आत्मा को अपने से तादात्म्य करवाते हैं. That is the samyoga it's happening because of inadvertence, because of never knowing that this is how the samsara is happening. And thus, if you want to come out of samsara, this is where you have to be careful when you don't know this. This not knowing this is called as avidya. Knowing it is called vidya, or that vidya here it's called as samyak darshanam. And basing on this only, generally in the world we talk this language that the world is attracting me. And Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasangandha are attracting me, therefore I am going towards the world. That is like this. The world itself is so attractive that it has natural tendency in it to pull me, the Purusha, and it enslaves me in such a manner that I can't be without that. It happens to whom who has not learned the Sakshi Bhava, etc., stronger spiritual sadhanas. So here also, Kim, so no, tad etato drushyam. What is the dushyam? Ayaskanta manikalpam, which is given here in the example like that of Ayaskanta mani. Mani is stone. Ayaskanta mani is that magnet. Ayaskanta manikalpam. So, देखो सुनो, सन्निधि मात्र उपकारी. सन्निधि मात्र उपकारी. सन्निधि से अपने प्रेजेंस से ही वो इन्फ्लुएंस करता है. Now this thought of yoga is very essential. Huh? This is what is said entire Gita 6th chapter. सन्निधि मात्र उपकारी कि उपकारी दृश्यत्वेन संभवति. अपने आप ही जबरदस्ती जाकर वो पुरुष के लिए वो दृश्य बनता है. पुरुषस्य दृश्य रूपस्य स्वामिनः. पुरुष इज दृश्य रूप, इज ए प्योर सीयर. स्वामिनः इज ए स्वामी. एंड येट ये जाकर एक दृश्य बन जाती है उसके सामने, दृष्टा पुरुष के सामने. Chapter 2 what is said in Gita? Vishayaha vinivartante niraharasya dehinah. In the 6th chapter क्या कहा? दुख संयोग वियोगम योग संगीतम. So from those two and from this thought, what is said in Gita chapter 3? Indriyasya indriyasyarte ragadvesho vyavasthitau तयोर नवशावागच्छे तौ ही अस्य परिपंथिनौ. सो दृश्याः, द दृश्य क्या है? इस अयस्कांत मणिकल्पम, इट इज लाइक ए मैग्नेट. सन्निधि मात्र उपकारी. सन्निधि मात्र उप मतलब उपसन्निधि मात्रेण करोति. By being there near in the practice, in the proximity, it does two things. One, it dances itself like a drishya and then makes the Purusha the Drishi Rupa, who is actually Swami. Then it will be made as Swami only. So too, na, see, this is practical thing what he is saying. Like when you are walking on the road, suddenly you see a sweet shop. Sweets वहाँ बैठे हैं बस. But सन्निधि मात्र उपकारी. Immediately, don't they become drishya and make us become drashta? Then followed by it, if you have desire for it, then a karta, bhokta and all. ये दृश्य ना आपके प्रेजेंस से ही, सन्निधि मात्रेण. दृश्यत्वेन संभवति, इट बिकम दृश्य, अपने आप को बनाती हैं, पुरुषस्य दृश्य रूपस्य स्वामिनः, टू दैट पुरुष दृश्य रूप स्वामी. Very subtle thought it is. Therefore, what to do? Maximum avoid going to the drishya. Otherwise, that drishya become drishya, makes you a drashta. But because of the inner vasanas and weaknesses, you can't remain as drashta, but you want to enjoy that too. Then your sankalpa comes to that, then you become karta and bhokta. Bas. From the pure drashta, the realized, you have fallen to a karta bhokta jiva samsara. दृश्यम अयस्कांत मणिकल्पम सन्निधि मात्रेन उपकारी दृश्यत्वेन संभवति पुरुषस्य दृश्य रूपस्य स्वामिनः. ओके, अनुभव कर्म विषयताम आपन्नम अन्य स्वरूपेण प्रतिलब्ध आत्मकम स्वतंत्रमपि परार्थत्वात् परतंत्रम तयोः अदृक् दर्शन शक्त्योः अनादि अर्थकृत संयोगः हेय हेतु दुःखस्य कारणमित्यर्थः. And then in that Purusha, suddenly the Drishyatva comes, as I just now said. If that Drishyatva is not held at the Drashtrutva, not Drishyatva, Drashtrutva of the Purusha, if it is not held only at that level, from the Drashta, it becomes the Kamaita, then the Karta, then the Bhokta. ये अनादिकाल से एक गलत आदत चल रहा है. यही है संसार का हेतु, जिसका हमें हेय करना है, गिव अप करना चाहिए. So in this way, little subtly, we are taken into how the drashta drishya samyog here hota hai, which leads to the hetu for the future agami dukkha. Therefore, heyam dukkham anagatam, the would be coming dukkha has to be avoided. How? In the present, when we don't allow the samyoga to happen. And that will happen with samyak darshanam. Samyak darshanam is this clear knowledge. After becoming thorough in the clear knowledge, the practice is just remain as drashta. Don't become kamayita, don't become karta, don't become bhokta. That choice again is there with us. That's why drishya prapancha same to us and mahatmas. But they don't become slave to it, we become, because they remain as drashta. They don't become kamayita, karta and bhokta. We become kamayita, karta, bhokta. If we also can avoid to become like that, like those saints, we are also free, liberated. Some beautiful continuation is there in 2 or 3 one paragraph in 6 lines. दिस कल के दिन हम उसका ऑब्जर्व करेंगे, है ना. इतना ही आज काफी है. ओम शांति शांति शांति. ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः.